I'm going to Mass.
Okay.
Michael.
What, me? No, thanks. Thank you very much.
Look, you don't have to take part. Just be there with me.
Sit and admire the church, you mean? Now, you forget. That's the first place I visited the day we arrived here. Now, you're going to be late.
Once you would have.
Oh, no, that was a long time ago. I've seen the light. But from your point of view, the dark. Besides, I promised George I'd give him a little time.
George?
George Newton. You know the young fellow's taking his finals this year?
Isn't it enough that you work 6 days a week now, Sundays as well?
Oh, darling, you always go to church on Sundays. I always stay home alone doing nothing. There's any harm in giving George some of that free time? Now make up for my absence by singing extra loud. Come in. Hello, George. Darling.
Afternoon, Mrs. Lane. Is the professor home yet?
No, not yet.
Any idea how long he'll be?
Oh, no. Well, he might have stopped in to see the dean. Yes, I think he said he was going to do that.
No, that makes things difficult.
Oh, can I help?
I left some papers here the other day. I need to work on them.
Oh, you're George Newton, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, the papers would be on his desk somewhere. Why don't you come in, have a look?
Thank you very much.
Did you get much work done yesterday?
Not a thing.
Oh? There you are. Help yourself.
Thank you.
I suppose my husband got to talking yesterday and forgot about tutoring altogether,
I really wouldn't know about that.
But did you forget? Or oversleep?
Forget what?
Your session with the professor yesterday.
Sunday. I have a golden rule, keep away from academics on Sundays.
Yeah, but he said you were expected.
Not me, maybe somebody else, but not me.
No, he distinctly said...
Maybe he's going the way of all professors, getting absent-minded. That's the legend, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is.
Now, what do you think that's going to grow up to be?
Well, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was looking for the notes on my thesis.
Oh, darling. I said it would be all right.
Yeah, of course it is. You're looking in the wrong place. There you are, George.
Oh, thanks. Are you, rediscovering the wheel, Professor, or making a bomb?
All right, it's just a little practical problem I set myself.
Well, thanks again, Mrs. Lane. I'll see myself out.
Bye, George.
Bye.
I thought you said he came here yesterday.
Hmm?
Newton. You said that he was coming here for extra tuition.
Did I say Newton? I meant Wilson, of course.
I'll make some tea.
Right. I forgot to tell you, I'm seeing the Petersons Thursday night. I said I'm seeing Marjorie and John Thursday night.
Yes, darling, I do know who the Petersons are.
Any messages for them?
They just live around the corner.
Well, we rarely see them. You hardly ever. I thought you might want me to say something.
Say something? Like what?
Well, like, give my regards to Marjorie.
Give my regards to Marjorie.
Oh, now, you can be more sincere than that.
Give Marjorie my regards. Tell her I hope to see her soon. Satisfied?
Yes. Rarely see them, hardly ever. I thought maybe you might want me to say something.
Say something? Like what?
Well, like, give Marjorie my regards.
By all means, give Marjorie my regards.
Well, now you can be more sincere than that.
Give Marjorie my regards. Tell her I hope to see her soon. Satisfied?
Yes.
Give Marjorie my regards. Tell her I hope to see her soon.
Oh, no, Mike, please. It's over. I can't go on like this.
No, Stella, no, darling, no.
She'll never divorce you.
You love me, don't you?
You know I do.
Well, then trust me. Trust me just for a while longer, will you? Just for a while longer.
But meeting like this.
Oh, well, things are going to be different. I know they are.
I do love you. I do. Oh, I must go.
I'll drive you to the corner.
Now walk. Really, I prefer to.
What will you do?
We'll have an early night. I've got a good book.
Not expecting anyone, then?
No. Will you be late?
Oh, moderately. The whole object is to discuss the new curriculum. That's why I said there was no need to invite you. You know how Peterson goes on, and you've been through it before. So, well, it puts me off seeing you get more and more bored and tired. Early night will do you good. See you later?
Mm-hmm.
Night.
What have you forgotten now? What is it?
Did you move those papers?
What papers?
I left them on my desk.
Well, then they're still there.
I can't find them.
Well, I haven't moved anything. Oh. Honestly, darling, I don't know how you expect me to find your things. Look at this. Bless you.
I sent Marjorie off to our bridge circle so we can really get down to some serious chat.
That's thank you.
Well, as I look at it, Mike, it's all very well the students being in charge of their own destiny, that sort of thing, but we must retain the right to set the curriculum. Otherwise, before we know where we are, we'll be redundant. Dodos. Do you have to leave soon?
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I'm expecting a call from Elizabeth. She worries, you know, even at this short a distance, she'll want to know if I've arrived okay. I agree with you about the curriculum. We set it, but maybe we could pay lip service by asking for their approval.
It's a compromise, of course.
Well, most of life is, except for those brave few who are prepared to go for broke. Okay, that'll be Elizabeth. Hello? Oh, hello. Yes, hello, darling.
Hey, fine. Fine, yes, John is taking very good care of me. He even broke out the 10-year-old scotch. Told you he wasn't that mean.
What? Yes, it does look like it's going to be a long, hard evening. Well, of course I do. I can't actually
Say it. Oh, for Pete's sake, you two newly wed or something? No, look, John is pressuring me to get back to work, so don't...
wait up for me, all right? What?
Oh,
She wants a word with you. Hold on.
Hello, Elizabeth. What can I do for you?
Give Marjorie my regards. Tell her I hope to see her soon.
Well, indeed. Thank you very much. I'll do just... Elizabeth? Elizabeth? That's strange.
Darling? Darling? Line seems to go on dead.
Mike, I heard glass breaking.
Oh? Well, she probably broke something on my desk. John, maybe I better go around there.
Yes. Would you like me to come with you?
Oh, no, that's all right.
Well, shall I call the police or something?
No. I'll be there in a couple of minutes. I'd feel like such a fool. I'll be right back.
Give Marjorie my regards. Tell her I hope to see her soon.
Police. Right. That's about it, Professor. He obviously didn't get upstairs. Broke straight in here. If only your wife hadn't been here. Or if he'd known she was in here.
She probably didn't bother to turn the lights on.
Yes. It's a panicky thing he did. We don't have much to go on, you understand. If only he'd taken something, stolen goods, a lead, you see, but he encountered your wife. No time to take anything at all. Only thing is we can place the time exactly from the moment she spoke to you and your friend, Peterson. We can place it within half a minute. That's unusual. Pathologists can usually place the time, well, they can only be accurate to around an hour or so, never this accurate. May help.
It won't help her.
No, I see what you mean. It's a pity you didn't take anything, though. Mint? Trying to give up smoking. 10 years, still trying. Moments of stress. I'll probably get run over by a car. Catholic, are you?
She was. I'm not. Not for a long time, anyway.
She was, though.
Yes? Is that important?
Not to everyone. Well, sir, we'll let you know. I'm very sorry, sir.
Be all for today. Miss Mason, could I just see?
Michael, I'm so sorry. You said something would happen, but I never thought that this would.
Got to see you tonight. At my place.
Oh, must it be there?
It's better. It's more discreet.
This is where it happened, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like or dislike her. I never thought.
Oh, shh. Just tell her. Just tell her.
Do you believe in God, Michael?
Well, in the conventional sense, I mean, the benevolent chap in the sky with the beard and all that, is that what you mean?
Well, in fate, then.
I believe in man's own destiny. Depends on how he manipulates it.
What about your wife? You couldn't possibly have foreseen that.
No, of course not. Oh, I suppose I believe in fate of some kind.
It was meant, then, to leave the way clear for us.
Yeah, it was meant.
When will we get married?
Well, I think we should wait a little while, or a respectable period.
Why?
Well, I think it's best. Otherwise, the suspicious tongues will start wagging.
Suspicious.
I say suspicious. I meant malicious, of course.
See, the stresses can be equated, measured, dealt with before actual construction begins, so that they can be practiced. Every unknown quantity can be practiced. Don't you agree, Professor?
What?
Look, I can see you're very preoccupied at the moment. If there's anything I can do to help, I'd be very pleased.
No, thanks very much. No, George. Let me have your papers, please. That'll be all today. Sorry.
Stella, are you coming into town? Help me choose that sweater.
I'll meet you there.
you choose a sweater?
George is just...
He just said you were going to choose a sweater.
Darling. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I'll see you tonight, okay?
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you came by, Mike. I was going to ask you to, but I thought that in the circumstances, I'd better let you make the first move. Another?
Yes. No, I better keep a clear head.
For what? Look, honestly, Mike, I don't advocate alcohol as a cure-all, but, well, it might help.
No, I feel better. I just had to get someplace safe for a while.
Safe?
I mean, away from the house.
Yes. Have you considered moving at all, Mike?
I don't know. I really ought to be going.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Yes, John,
Well, you're welcome to stay and share dinner with us.
I know I am.
Whatever you say. Look, Mike, it goes without saying, if you ever get lonely and need to talk, any time of night.
I know, John. Thanks very much.
What, Mike?
Oh, it's a letter a student gave me to mail. I forgot completely about it. Goodbye, John. What do you want? Hello. What? Oh, Stella. Yeah. What? Well, of course I'm disappointed. You can make it tomorrow night, can't you? No, it's all right. An early night will do me good. No, I'm perfectly all right. Yeah. Yeah, I promise. All right. All right, you too, darling. Good night.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Morning. Well, come in, won't you?
Thank you.
I was just about to make some coffee. You join me?
Oh, thank you, sir. The peppermints and coffee set up a terrible conflict for my taste buds. Thank you, sir.
Well, now that my mind is de-addled, if that's the word, what can I do for you, Inspector?
Not very much, I shouldn't think. We're not getting very far with your wife's murder, so I've decided to try a new tack.
Oh?
It's a bit wild, but it might lead somewhere. Suppose whoever killed your wife wasn't a burglar.
But there was evidence of a break-in.
But a broken window? Oh, no, that's easily faked. No. Suppose it wasn't a burglar.
Well, then who?
Well, quite frankly, sir, if your alibi weren't so totally watertight, you'd be in the running.
Oh, really?
But you're not in the running, so we won't waste any time on that one.
Well, what are you getting at?
Suppose your wife knew her killer. There are plenty of young men around this town. Your wife was at a funny age. Is it at all possible that she had a lover?
What? Oh, well, forgive me, Inspector, but, well, the idea of Elizabeth, if you knew her...
Staunch churchgoer.
Devout.
Nevertheless, it's not unheard of. The passion for God with the passions of the flesh.
Oh, I know, but, well, as far as Elizabeth is concerned, it's quite ridiculous.
Yes. I thought you'd say that. But it was worth a try. I hope you don't mind, sir.
No, of course not. You have to explore every avenue, right?
Nice of you to understand that. Thank you for the coffee. I'll see myself out. I quite forgot. I met the postman on the way in. Bye, sir.
Turn left at Fork. But this is where Stella and I...
Missed your bar whisker. This morning, I came over to your place just in time to see you driving off.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I know what you did. At least I think I do. Went for a spin in the country, eh? Blow away the cobwebs. Well, anyway, I'll tell you why I was looking for you. Marjorie and I thought if you were free tonight, what about some dinner?
Oh, thanks, John, but I've got some extra tutoring to do.
It would be foolish to overdo it, Mike.
Well, I promised. I like it. It keeps my mind off other things, you see.
Yes, well, I understand that. Well, why don't you come along after? You'd be very welcome.
I can't, really.
Well, look, I mean, you can't work all night, and what are you going to eat, anyway?
I'll grab a sandwich someplace.
You
Don't
can't
worry
start
about
grabbing sandwiches.
Can't
Mike,
you
that's
take
the-
no... I'm sorry, John. I'm edgy, all right? Sorry.
Yes. Look, Mike, we're old friends now. Is there anything I can do? Anything you'd like to talk over with a friend?
I'll remember that. Well, they'll be piling in here soon.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, by the way, this was left at the gate for you.
we waited for you. The lecture this afternoon, you missed it. Oh, darling, what's wrong? What's the matter?
Of course, the Greeks realized the infinite possibilities of this system way ahead of any other comparable civilization, at least any civilization that we know of. Well, with the advanced techniques, we could unearth. We could unearth another civilization. That's not probable, but it's not impossible either. Take, for instance, the recently advanced theory that all the manifestations of God that they're evidence of the fact that we may have been visited in a long distant past by another race altogether from another planet or even another galaxy. I'm digressing, and I'm also keeping you after time, so that'll be all. Yes, George?
These are the notes on the construction theory. If you've got any comments, I'd like to hear them.
Notes?
They're all there, I've checked.
Oh, I'll be glad to read them. George. It must be George. All right, that's all. I'll collect the papers, get some fresh air, everybody. George?
This is very good of you, Professor.
Oh, nonsense. Now, you're one of my best students. If I can't take the time with you, would you like a drink?
Thanks, yeah.
You didn't mind the cloak and dagger stuff?
No, not at all.
It affects the other students adversely, you see. If any one of them thought, well, if they knew I was giving you extra time.
It'll be our secret.
Yes. Along with the other things, eh, George? Soda?
Yes, please.
You didn't tell anyone, then?
No, not at all.
Not even Stella?
Not even Stella.
She's a very pretty girl, Stella. Very pretty.
Seems we both know that.
Yes. Well, cheers, George.
Cheers. Where would you like to start?
Hmm?
The tutorial. You want to thresh through dynamics first? I got some pretty avant-garde theories.
I bet you do. No, let's don't rush. Just finish your drink. And have another.
I really don't think I could...
I insist. No, it relaxes the mind. Then we can get in those deep, uncluttered spots in the brain and be surprised what lurks there.
If you say so. Personally, too much alcohol makes me sick.
Not this one. It's too fine. It's too aged.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Professor, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Not at all. Any last request?
Sorry?
Go ahead.
You and Stella. What I mean is, I like her too. But if I thought there was anything going on between you two, I'd gladly step aside. You understand?
Oh, that's very big of you, George, but you don't have to step aside. You're being swept aside. under the carpet, where all the best dirt ends up.
What?
See, you didn't break me, George. Oh, I'll admit the first couple letters shook me, but I have this capacity for fighting back, for shaping my own destiny.
Professor, what is happening?
Happening, George? I'm killing you, George. See, 8's a fatal dose, and you've had 10. Bye-bye, George. Hard to believe. George is one of my best students.
He never confided any worries to you.
No. No, all students worry, regardless their ability. They worry about passing exams, getting a degree, the right job. George just never thought he'd kill himself.
Funny way to do it, too. Well, most people do it at home, quietly. Especially if they're going to take an overdose. Usually get into bed. Last comfort before they go to meet their maker. They don't usually get into a bike and cycle out into the country.
He was obviously very disturbed.
Could there be a connection
Connection?
between this death and your wife's?
In what way?
We discussed it before, Professor, the possibility of your wife being involved with someone else.
George?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, she knew him, but not that well.
As far as you know.
Yes, as far as I know.
I'll keep an open mind. You see, from our inquiries so far, George Newton had no reason at all to kill himself. Unless it was guilt. If he was involved with your wife, killed her, it would fit. There is another factor. It may be coincidence, but the pills he took, your wife had exactly the same kind on prescription. A month or two ago.
You're very thorough.
Ever see a dog with a bone, Professor? It worries away at it until finally it cracks and he gets to the juicy marrow inside. Thanks for your help, sir.
That'll be all. Before we go, I'd like to mention George Newton. I know we all feel his death deeply. What I want to say is that we're all under unbearable stress at times, particularly people like you who are trying to achieve something and fearing failure. Well, just remember that a problem shared is a problem lessened. Now, if George had come to me, or, well, I just want you to know that I'm here. Don't hesitate to call on me at any time. That's all. You haven't forgotten.
Michael, Fancy a drink? All very quiet today. What is it? That student of yours, George, whatever his name was. Terrible mistake.
Mistake?
Yes, well, when youth, especially promising youth, is snuffed out like that, yes, it's always a mistake. Makes you wonder what God's up to sometimes.
God didn't kill him. A handful of pills did.
Yes, I keep forgetting you're a converted agnostic. Well, you think what you like. I'm pretty certain God had a hand in it.
Only God, John?
Hmm? I don't follow. What do you mean?
What did you make of Elizabeth's murder?
Make of it? Well, I was stunned, of course, aghast, I think.
You didn't form any conclusions of your own, then?
Well, I'm forming one now. Look, you're overwrought, Mike. Now, why don't you take a few weeks off?
No, come on now. You must have thought something. Where do your suspicions lie?
Look, Michael...
Now, come on, I can take it if you worked out some theory of your own.
Look, I've thought nothing of it at all, Mike, except its effect on you. And if I did think more, well, you know me, I'd come straight out into the open and say it, wouldn't I?
Yes. You were never one to pussyfoot around. Sorry, John, I'm not making much sense.
Well, that's perfectly understandable.
I've got to be going.
Look, if you're worried about something, Mike, and you need a father confessor...
Confessor? I don't need a confessor. Who?
Do you know tonight was the first night I walked through the front door? Oh, darling, you look tired. And you're drinking too much. Now you deserve it. And I'll have one too. Thanks. Why didn't you tell the police George came here? The night he died, he was coming to see you. He told me, but you didn't tell anyone.
Well, he never got here. He didn't arrive. So I didn't bother to call and find out why.
But why didn't you tell the police he was expected?
How'd you know that?
They questioned me. A man called Rush.
Rush questioned you?
Well, he questioned all of us to find out, well, George's state of mind.
Of course, you told him that George had wanted to see me.
No.
Why not?
Well, because I thought if you hadn't told them, you must have had a reason.
Yes, well, a simple one, yes. It's just that these past couple of weeks, there have been so many cops and questions.
Oh, darling. Mike.
Oh, darling, no more questions, please.
What time is it? God, I'm going to be locked out.
Yes, you will. It'll be so nice in a couple of weeks not to have to hide.
Mm.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night. Stella. Stella.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Stella.
You still haven't told me why. And at this time of night.
Trust me.
Here.
Did it for you. I killed her for you.
What?
Don't pretend you don't understand. Elizabeth, I did it so we could be together. But you betrayed me, didn't you? You and George, the two of you. You were in it together, weren't you?
Michael.
I was a fool not to have seen it. You and George. John, do you mind if I...
Hello, Mike. No, help yourself.
Has he been stooping around your class?
Who?
That copper, Rush.
No, I haven't seen him.
I see.
Well, why should he? There's nothing wrong, is there?
Not that I know of.
Well, he might still be probing into young Newton's suicide. Or Elizabeth's death.
I thought there might be something else.
Like what?
Well, it's probably nothing, but, well, a student of mine didn't show up today. Stella Mason.
Oh, yes, I know. Very pretty girl.
He didn't mention her to you, did he?
Mike, I keep telling you, I haven't seen hide nor hair of Rush.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike? Mike?
I know what you did.
You. It was you.
Yes, I put it there for you to see. But I didn't write it, if that's what you mean. Now, I've been getting something like this every day since your wife was murdered. Something like this. Anonymous. So have you.
Yeah. If it wasn't you, then who?
You wrote them, Professor. I don't know what the psychiatrists will make of it. Guilt, insanity. But I'd say it was a need to confess, to be caught and punished. Absolved. When you're ready, Professor.
Do you think we should, sir?
Hmm?
Leave him alone.
Where would he run to?
I wasn't thinking of that, sir, but he might kill himself.
Not him. Not anymore.